Howdy YouTube, Patrick here. As the title says, I'm actually going to be going over wands from 3 different product lines. One of them will be the Walmart Harry Potter mystery wands that you can get for about 15 bucks. The second one will be the Harry Potter, but the Noble Collection wands. And then the first one I'll be going over is my Alivans Master Wand Makers wands. Now, this one I got a few years ago, and I don't remember how much I paid for it. Quite a few years ago. This is my first ever collectible item, but I don't really remember how much I paid for it. But it comes in this nice box. Has Alivans branded tissue paper that it comes with. It has, and then one of the nicest parts is it has this sort of suede and satin Alivans Master Wand Makers bag, and it's got it's red, of course. It's stitched with the label, the brand in the picture. It's got this yellow golden lining. It's very smooth, maybe silk, maybe satin. And then here's the wand itself. Now, this is real wood, so it is not very flexible. It's quite rigid, but it's a soft wood. If I hit it against my ring, it would leave a dent. So this is actually not really meant for playing. This truly is collecting, but it's not character specific. I don't think any of their wands are character specific. You can kind of browse them, see what characters might have inspired a couple of them, but they're not, you're not going to see like oh, this one is Harry Potter's and stuff like that. I don't really know how much, how much I paid for this, but it's real wood. You can see the real graining in it. You can see, in both this part and the handle, you can see the real graining. But that one, I like it, I do, but I'm not really sure how good it is for the everyday collector. I think it would be great for the cosplayer if you're just cosplaying as a random wizard, if you are just a, you want your wand, you don't want a character specific wand. Alivans would be a great place. Now of course it's Alivans, not Ollivanders. I think they sort of did that as a trying to invoke the character. But let's move on to the Harry Potter Noble Collections. First we'll start with the box. This is the cover. It's very smooth, sort of meant to be like leather, but of course it's not leather. And maybe not meant to be like leather, but I think you get what I'm getting at. It's got the stamp on the side, and matches the color quite nicely. It has these, I don't know fabrics, but these are quite gentle, docile, and sometimes you want to make sure you kind of tuck them in. Docile, I don't know why I call them docile. They're very dainty. Thank you, that's the word I was looking for. And be careful, these will fray. You can pull that and damage it. Now the lining is foam, but it's got this nice fabric glued over the top, and it holds the wand quite nicely. It's not a snug fit perfectly. You can flop it either way. And then the wand has a good heft to it. It's got just a hair bit of a flex, but it's pretty solid molded plastic. The detailing is very nice. This one actually has a copyright stamp on it, as do the last two that I'll show you. And it's really got a good weight to it. This is your best wand for, I don't want to say canon, but when you hold this is what you feel like they would hold, because in all honesty, a truly wooden wand is quite light. But this almost, I like this because it almost makes you feel like, okay, this is what a wand would really weigh. Because I get that their wands are made of wood, but at the same time, there's a magical essence to it, and you're going to feel the weight of that magic, so to speak. 40 bucks for this one, and honestly, I do think it's worth it. Mainly the packaging as well. When you mix that in with the quality of the wand, I think these are worth the 40, and I think these are the best of the group that I have. But I will explain why I've been buying the mystery boxes. And then of course you gotta just love this part of having a Noble Collections wand. The box and the box sounds. And if you love, and I know that sounds silly, but if you love the movie scene from the first movie as much as I do, that sound alone can invoke some emotions and some feelings, you know, harking back to the first movie. Now, I don't know which one I'm opening first. I've gotten two. When I got these, I don't want to hold off. I want to open this one first. I just didn't want to get Harry Potters, and the ones that are available are actually Luna Lovegood, Nymphadora Tonks, Lord Voldemort, Death Eater, Harry Potter, Hermione Granger, Ron Weasley, Draco Malfoy, or Neville Longbottom. So you can get 9 different ones. The ones I didn't want were Harry Potter, because I already had it, or Lord Voldemort's, because I plan on getting his with the Noble Collections style, paying a bit more so I can have the box, and I can do the sort of like they're the twins, so they would have the same type of box and stuff like that. So, grab one more. The first one I'll show y'all is actually the very first one I got. And it comes in that sleeve, but this is the box you're left with, really. And it comes with a bookmark. So the first one I got was Hermione Granger's, and you know, the bookmark's pretty nice. It's got a good, you know, it's a good bookmark. I don't know how you really can complain about a bookmark. The packaging is this, you know, kind of cheap plastic, but it'll hold its own unless you go and step on it or something, and it holds it in place nicely. You can only put the wand one way, so it will hold it. You won't have jangling when you shake the box. And then her wand itself is actually quite nice. A nice vine design, flattened end, of course copyright stamp on it. I don't know how screen accurate it is as far as length and stuff like that, but my Noble Collections isn't even technically screen accurate when you read the books. This one is the least rigid of them all. This one is the one I recommend that if you've got grandkids, nephews, nieces, or children that are into Harry Potter, take them to Walmart and they will be delighted to get a mystery wand. Or you can get a mystery wand if you know they like a specific character. You might have to pay some, but to buy enough to hopefully get your one. But then they're great for regifting because they're not crazy expensive. They're $15. Noble Collections is $40. The Alivans, I don't even know how much I spent on it. It was so long ago. $15 though. Great quality for $15. It's got not as much heft as the Harry Potter one, but it's still got a little bit to it. You know, you swing it around and you feel the weight of it. It's heavier than the all wooden one, and it's going to hold up to the dings of small children. I don't really think you're going to get any kind of paint chips or anything like that from maybe hitting this on stuff. I'm going to put mine back in the packaging. Which, by the way, if you're going to be displaying these outside of the box, the mystery box ones will look great in display, genuinely. And then the other one I got, like I said, I originally just didn't want to get Harry Potter's or Lord Voldemort's. And then the second purchase, I didn't want to get Hermione's. Luckily, I didn't. I got Death Eater, which the funny thing about Death Eater is, although it's kind of labeled as a character, it's not character specific. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that there's not just a character that this is designed after. This one is quite unique. Very thorny. The thorns are nice and rigid. The wand itself has a good chunk of flex to it. But you can also see it's thin on one, from one direction and thicker on the other. But it feels good in the hand. Again, quite unique, quite interesting. Just overall, really worth the $15. I genuinely feel that. And so I'll cut this short. Hope y'all find this somewhat interesting, somewhat valuable. And I do recommend the mystery ones. I genuinely do. If you are wanting to really get the feel of Harry Potter and you know a character you want to get, I recommend Noble Collections, but I don't think you can really go wrong with the mystery wand. The only thing I would say is if you're going to buy multiples, have someone in mind just in case you happen to get 2 of the same kind. I'll end it there, and I hope y'all have a good one.